Welcome back to our channel. TikTok, the app that connects millions with laughter, education, and creativity, now stands on the brink of being banned in the United States. But what's really going on here? This isn't just about a simple app. It's a battleground for control, for narratives, and for geopolitics. Let's dive deep. To understand why TikTok has become a political scapegoat, we need to step back and look at the bigger picture. The complex and tense history between the United States and China. For decades, these two nations have been locked in a geopolitical tug-of-war trade wars, military posturing, and ideological clashes. TikTok, owned by the Chinese company ByteDance, has found itself at the heart of this power struggle. For Washington, China isn't just a competitor, it's a threat to its global dominance. Since the Cold War, the US has sought to maintain its technological and cultural hegemony. But as China rises, producing its own innovations and reshaping global narratives, the US finds itself increasingly alarmed. And now, TikTok, the most downloaded app in the world, represents a Chinese foothold in American culture, and that's unacceptable to many in Washington. Leading the charge for a TikTok ban are US politicians who claim the app is a national security risk. They argue that TikTok is a Trojan horse for Chinese surveillance collecting data on millions of Americans. Allegedly, feeding it back to Beijing. Senators like Josh Hawley and Marco Rubio have called it a tool of Chinese Communist Party propaganda. But here's the thing. Is this really about national security? Or is it about control? When we look at the broader picture, it's not just TikTok. They're targeting NITs, the broader idea of an open platform where marginalized voices and alternative narratives thrive. And now we come to one of the most contentious aspects of this story: the role of TikTok in the Gaza conflict. TikTok has become a platform for voices that traditional media often silences. In recent months, videos documenting the suffering of Palestinians, the destruction in Gaza, and the cries for justice have gone viral. These videos are raw, emotional, and impossible to ignore it. They've painted a picture that challenges the narratives promoted by mainstream outlets. But for some US politicians, this outpouring of content isn't seen as truth-telling. It's labeled misinformation. The Israeli government, a close ally of the US, has repeatedly pressured tech companies to curb content they claim incites violence or spreads falsehoods. Many believe that TikTok's refusal to silence these voices has made it a target. After all, what better way to control a narrative than to silence the platform where it's being told? But let's not forget one of the most devastating aspects of this potential ban: the millions of people whose livelihoods depend on TikTok. This platform isn't just a playground for creators, it's a lifeline. For single parents, struggling students, small business owners, and even entire families, TikTok has become their primary source of income. Think about it. Behind every viral dance, comedy skit, or informative video is a creator who's worked tirelessly to build their following. For many, TikTok isn't just an app, it's a business. It's how they put food on the table, pay rent, and support their loved ones. And now, with the threat of a ban looming, millions are asking, what happens to us? Imagine being told that the income you worked years to build could vanish overnight, not because you failed, but because of a decision completely outside your control. That's the reality so many creators are facing right now. It's devastating, it's heartbreaking, and it's wrong. But let's take a step back. What does this mean for us? For our freedom of speech? For our right to share stories, ideas, and truths? The push to ban TikTok is more than just an attack on an app, an attack on the free flow of information. It's about governments choosing what we can and cannot see. And if they succeed in banning TikTok, what's next? Will they go after other platforms? Will they silence other voices? The implications are chilling. Think about the millions of creators who've built communities on TikTok, people who've found a voice, who've found hope. Think about the countless stories shared, the movements sparked, the truths revealed. A ban on TikTok isn't just a political move, it's a deeply personal blow to everyone who's used this platform to connect, to heal, and to fight for justice. This ban isn't just about geopolitics. It's about real people with real dreams, now staring at the possibility of losing everything. Let that sink in. Millions of lives disrupted, creators, fans, and families just because of political maneuvering. This is a moment that demands we pay attention. This isn't just about TikTok, it's about power, control, and the fight for truth. It's about the voices that will be silenced if we don't push back. And it's about the livelihoods that hang in the balance. Let's not forget the people behind the app. Pause. Music fades out. Thank you for listening, and let's keep this conversation going. So, let's keep creating, let's keep sharing, and let's keep making amazing videos together. Thank you for your continued support, and don't forget to follow and subscribe for more awesome content.